Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vanshashibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhya Sarvo Bhaplavarahita Prajnana Pratyagartho Brahmaivahamasmi Brahmaivahamasmi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruto Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Ajnanatimiraandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om. Last time we saw about the Purushartha and about myself, how I feel, what happens, or what is my state in my day-to-day experiences when I live life. There are so many emotional issues inside. There is a whole load of memories which makes me feel uncomfortable with myself. There is a constant nagging feeling that I am not okay, or that I should be little more than what I am. That kind of feelings are always there. There is an ideal I, and as though there is an actual I. Each one has a picture of being a successful person, and I have my own picture of being successful, and I always find myself short of that successful I. That each one of us have a picture of that I who is complete, who is satisfied, who is happy, who is content, who is at peace with oneself. That self that we want to be. And I find that I have some experience. I have an experiential I, where I find, yes, I was happy for some time. I was happy in a given situation. I was happy at a given place for some time, satisfied, but more often than not, dissatisfied and discontent with myself. As we saw, there is a possibility that I am by nature unhappy. This is my Swarupa. By nature, I am incomplete. By nature, I am dissatisfied. By nature, I am in a conflict. Or by nature, I am happiness. By nature, I am in peace. By nature, I am satisfied. Because I find two types of I. Sometimes, very rarely, happy and content. Often, discontent and unhappy and dissatisfied. What is my true nature? Perhaps this may be the one where I find myself to be unhappy, dissatisfied, discontent, etc. May be happy. Our own experience, the experiential reality shows that I'm unhappy. Exceptionally, I am happy. Experientially, I am dissatisfied. Exceptionally, I am satisfied and content and happy. This is how I find. And therefore, we conclude I must be this. I must be a small being, very little being. And if it is a person who believes in Ishvara, there is Ishvara who is a big one, who is limitless, who is all powerful, all knowing, and I am limited in my power and knowledge and etc. And therefore I want to merge with him to feel complete, which I am feeling incompleteness. What is my true nature? As I said, experientially, each one of us feel I am unhappy and incomplete. But our Shastras and logic also proves that by nature I cannot be unhappy. By nature I cannot be discontent in incomplete. I should be full and complete. How come I am not able to discover that? The simple logic for this is, as they say, Swabhavikasya na nivrutti. That which is natural, one never wants to get rid of. What is natural? And if it is unnatural, you always want to get rid of. This is true for any object. Natural means that is in the Swarupa, that you don't want to get rid of. Like even water. If it is at room temperature, it doesn't have any kind of pravrutti or nivrutti. But same water, if it is heated and boiled, when you put it down from the stove, then that water tries to give up the heat. It tries to give up the heat till what level? Till it attains the room temperature, which is natural state. Then it no more gives up the heat. Otherwise, also, when the water is put in a fridge and converted into ice cube, and you put it down, bring out from the fridge, like that water, you remove it from the gas stove, then it gives up the heat. When similarly, it is because of the fridge, the liquid becomes solid, it becomes too cold, and when you bring it out, it gives up the cold. Till what time? Till it achieves the room temperature. So this is natural. That to be at room temperature, it is natural. Or even our health. You know, when you are healthy physically, you are comfortable. Because that is natural. There is a beautiful word we have in Sanskrit, swastha. Swastha means swas means sthita. You are abiding in yourself. That is what you are. If there is some fever, when there is some external bacteria inside the body, you want to get rid of it. There is no, you are not comfortable with that pain. You are not at home with that situation when you have some external bugs in your body and you are ill. When you are swastha, you are comfort, you are at home. That is natural, therefore called swastha. In fact, they say by taking medicines you become healthy. No, you are healthy. By taking medicines, you remove the unhealth part. That you are unhealthy because of some external factor. Medicine kills or removes those bugs, and then you become normal. So there is no complaint. There is no pravritti or nivritti about it. It is natural. So anything that is foreign, anything that doesn't belong to you naturally, you want to get it. As I said, coldness and too much of hotness doesn't belong to water, and therefore it wants to get it out. So also, we always want to get rid of pain. We always want to get rid of unhappiness. We always want to get rid of insufficiency. We always want to get rid of inadequacy. We always want to get rid of the self which is unhappy. And nobody complains about being happy, about being satisfied, about being at home with oneself. Nobody complains. That shows happiness is my real nature. I am Ananda. I am Purna. So the very subject matter of the Shastra study is me. I. Who is the problem? Very beautiful topic. Puj Swamiji often used to give talk. You are the problem and you are the solution. The world is not a problem in a way. A given situation, given relationships, which makes me unhappy, makes me feel incomplete, and therefore we say this is a problem. As such, it is not a problem. I feel incomplete. Because of somebody saying something, because of somebody doing something, or because of something that I don't have. There's something which I'm stuck with it, which I don't want either way. So it is the self-satisfaction. It is the self-contentment. It is the complete self that we are seeking in different situations and relationships. What you like is not for the sake of the object. I like because that object makes me feel happy. I feel happy in presence of experiencing or etc. And when I feel unhappy with the given object, therefore I dislike it. Object per se doesn't have any happiness or unhappiness. We said this gives me happiness. No. This gives me unhappiness. No. You are the problem and you are the solution. In a sense, anything that makes me feel that I am incomplete is not acceptable. And anything that makes me feel that I am a complete being, I am a happy being, I'm comfortable with it. I am happy with it. So, Atmanastu Kamaya Sarvamidam Priyam. Anything that is beloved, because it somehow momentarily takes me to a complete self. Momentarily takes me to a happy self, a satisfied self. That's all the thing is. Now, how to know or how to discover myself to be complete, which is the subject matter. What I am seeking is not a situation or an object or a relationship, I am seeking myself. I am wanting myself. That means there is a peculiar problem. I don't see myself as a complete and just see the otherwise. That means the problem is of self-ignorance. And a very peculiar ignorance. Self is known also and not known also. And therefore, it is understood, not understood, and therefore misunderstood. Known and also unknown, and therefore wrongly known. Very peculiar problem. I know I am. It is Swata-Siddha, self-revealing fact. I don't need anyone to tell me that. You don't need any means of knowledge, eyes and ears to check whether I am there. You don't need somebody to tell you. As that French scientist saying, I think, therefore I am. No. You are, therefore you can think. Which some people refuse to. They don't think and just do the thing instinctively. That's a different issue. But I know I am. It is known. As we say, samanyataya gnata. Then, who am I? Is unknown. My nature is unknown. And that is where there is a misunderstanding. Not knowing the nature is self is known wrong. Exactly like our example, good old Vedanta example, rope and the fellow is passing by, saw something, he was going in a twilight. It was not clear daylight nor dark. Twilight. There is something curvy in the middle of the rope. There was some wind, so end was moving a little bit. Here, this is snake. This is known. But whether it is a snake or a rope, there is a confusion. I am is known. Like the two friends, one fellow says, this is snake. Hold on. The other fellow with the sharp vision says, no, it's just a rope. This fellow says, this is rope. This fellow says, this is. Both are referring to same object. This is. But they call it by different words. And these words are not synonyms. Then both can be right. And other possibility also, both are wrong. And the third possibility is that one is right, the other is not right. Obviously, the person who sees a snake has a question. If it is rope, how come I see a snake? It is a snake. The person who sees a rope will only say that, yes, it is a rope only. You see a snake, only answer why is because of ignorance. Why you see otherwise? Benign rope, innocent rope, non-harming rope is considered to be poisonous. The rope which never causes any fear causes a tremendous fear and sometimes agony also. All kinds of things, stories children used to learn. नागिन थी, बैर लेने के लिए समुद्र में गई और काट के आई. While walking, I had just stepped down and came back. Nagin will take revenge. All kinds of things come up. The only plausible answer, if it is raw, how come I see snake? Answer is what? Ignorance. There is no answer to second question. If I am ignorant, where from the ignorance came? There is no answer. It is mithya. I am just giving answer, some cause. Ignorance is not a tangible thing. So you find out the cause where from it came. It is somehow there. And then what to do? The person who sees a robe uses a torchlight and makes the person see. What does he say? Look, this is not snake. If it was snake, it would look like this. If it was snake, then it is robe. First of all, he has to negate that this is snake. Doesn't look like snake. Now it is robe. As long as snake buddhi is there, he cannot have a Rajju buddhi, robe buddhi. That is to be negated first. There is a peculiar ignorance. Not that you don't know. Generally, when we say ignorance, we means I am not aware of it. Suppose I ask you, do you know Chinese? You may say no. There may be some letters. It may be Japanese. It may be Korean. And it may be Chinese. You will say you don't know. But nobody says, this is Japanese language. This is Chinese language. Whereas actually it is Korean. When you say ignorance, it means I just don't know. Here, with reference to self, ignorance means I know otherwise. Not that I don't know myself, but I know myself other than what I am. So, in a Shastric words, I do not know who am I. Avaranam is there, covering of ignorance. But there is a vikshepa also that I have taken this something else to be I. Very peculiar. There is a non-apprehension and then which causes a misapprehension. I just don't know. If that is the case, then situation would have been different. What's the case? Suppose it was dark night and some glow of the sky is there. And this walking around. And this fellow didn't see anything. Yeah. He may step on this real snake also. I just don't know. That's not a case. Here, not knowing has caused knowing otherwise. Not that I don't know I am Ananda. I know I am Mahadukhi. Not Dukhi, but Mahadukhi. There is nobody more unhappy than me. I have been meted out injustice all along the life. My luck is bad. God has been kind to everyone else, but not me. There is a misapproach. What is the way out? As the person through light. Similarly, knowledge, you have to throw light on self. Means, in English, there's a phrase you say, please throw some light on this subject matter. Means, enlighten on this subject matter. That means knowledge. You have to know yourself. Self-knowledge is the only thing to be done to work. Now the question comes, how do I gain self-knowledge? There is a Vakya famous, Vedanto Nama Upanishad Pramanam. For any knowledge, you require means of knowledge. No knowledge can take place without means of knowledge. If I want to see the color, the knowledge of the color can take place only when I have a means of knowledge of color, that they are the eyes. Eyes only can give me that knowledge. For the sound, you require ears, because ears are the means of knowledge. Prakaranam Pramanam. So means of knowledge is called Pramanam. You require a means of knowledge. What kind of means of knowledge? Proper and adequate. You require proper means. Means for Rupa and Ranga, eyes are the proper means, nothing else. For sound, ears are the only means. And it should be adequate. Means, if eyes have problem, short sight or long sight, you may not know the things. So also proper and adequate means of knowledge is required. What is the means of knowledge for this? That is called Aptavakya or Shabda. Why? Because all the available means of knowledge give me knowledge of something other than I. Eyes can give me knowledge of something which is not I. I can see the world. But there has to be seer to see. And the seer cannot be seen. So eyes cannot show me I. Ears cannot hear I. Nose cannot smell I. This is a very subject. So what we call it as a pratyaksha pramana is useless to know the self. The means of knowledge called pratyaksha reveal to me that which is non-I. Because I am the knower. Here, I want to know the knower. Very peculiar situation. And all other means of knowledge, inference, anumana, arthapatti, upapatti, anupalabdhi, ityadi, they are all based on pratyaksha. And since pratyaksha is incapable, they are also incapable. Only means of knowledge is shabda. How? Why? Because problem is of self-ignorance. Then here we give another example to clarify the point. That good old story of Tvam Dashamosi. 10 boys, urchins, decided to go for outing. They lived near a forest. There were, in the monsoon season was just getting over, so there were watersheds, rivulets there to cross. So the obviously villagers, the families, appointed the oldest one that you should take care of all the time. You are the oldest. And make sure that no one is lost in the forest. You have to bring them back. They went. They had a fun whole day, had carried some lunch and food. devotees and enjoyed the forest. When it was time to start return, the leader thought, let me check whether all the 10 are there or not. And he asked them to line up. He counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and declared Dashamo Nashta. 10th one is lost. All took it seriously. Each one of changed the position of counter. The other fellow fell in line. They all found it there were only 9. So they all concluded Dashamo Nashta. We are answerable to that boy, that 10th person's family. Let's search it. They all went for a search, either and thither. Not finding or not having any clue about it, were very disappointed and dejected and pained. The expressions were so vivid. There was a fear, anxiety, stress. Suddenly one Mahatma passed and he asked, those days people were known through Guru. They never said whose son you are. They used to say, this Swami Sishya Vayam. We are the disciples of this person. And later on, remember, people were known through mothers. You see in Mahabharata and Gita ji, Arjuna is referred as Kaunte, Pandava and Kaunte. And Rama, Kausalyasu Prajarama Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Uttishta Narashardula Kartavyam Daivamanyikam Shloka, which is centered in Tirupati Balaji daily, Suprabhata, is originally from Ramayana. Vishwamitra ji, when took Rama and Lakshmana to forest to protect his ritual, Guru is a family, Guru Kulam. And he woke up early and tells Rama to wake up. Now, Purva Sandhya Pravartate, there is Sandhikala means dawn. In the east, that means morning time. Uttishta Uttishta Narashardu. Oh, the best among the men. Get up. Why? Wake up and get up. Why? Kartavyam Daivamanyikam. You to perform your daily rituals, daily karma, Sandhya Vandanadi, etc. Get up. How does he address? Kausalya Suprajaram. Doesn't say Dasharatha Suprajaram. Kausalya Suprajaram. So they were known through mothers. Those days through Guru, then Guru asked them that Mahatma, whose Shishya you yam? They all said, Paramananda Shishya. Bal bal bach gaya. They never said Paramatmanand Shishya. Paramananda Shishya. They often spell they tell my name as Paramatma, Swami Paramatma. Paramatma likha hai. Oh, yes, yesterday also in that Kachcha, they said Paramanand, Paramanand. People have no focus in reading the name. If name is little different, little unknown or unique, like our Swamis have, so many Swamis' names are like unique. It's not, so they were confused, okay, Shuddha Bodhananda. They may not understand what is Viditatmananda. So it's difficult for common man. But Paramatma, you keep telling, but Paramananda. They said Paramananda. It was good. Because my Shishya, you guys are very bright. You can't commit that mistake. You can't commit that mistake. Anyway, he said Paramananda Shishya. Then he said, what's the problem? He said, 10th man is lost. They say, hold on, I'll get you. Assurance, abhayam, relief. When it was told that I'll get you relieved, means they're ready to cooperate, ready to listen, ready to do what that person says. He gave him a hope. Not even hope, assurance. Yes, yes. Are you sure? Yes, I see the tent. They thought there is some Divya Drashti Rishi has. It must be going. So, that is called Shraddha. Openness to listen object. Anyway, what did he do? He made them stand up in a queue and asked the leader to count, made a context. Didn't say straight away, hey, you are the 10th. No, 10th one is lost. And he said like that. If he had said, you are the 10th, no, 10th is lost, you don't know. He's made them stand up in a queue, asked him to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then turn the finger and said, Tvam Dashmos, you are. And to build up the context. And then when the situation is, the seeker is seeking the very seeker. Seeker and sought are same. And the seeker is seeking a sought with a conclusion that it is not with you. When you look for it, that means it is not with you. When do I look for something outside? It is not with me. So there is a conclusion that I am not a 10th one. Therefore, this is outside. There is a conclusion. I am not Ananda. Where is Ananda? In some object like iPhone, etc. Some perfume. Or in America, or in Australia, or Canada, or heaven. All these things. No. So there you need a teacher. And fourth, you need Shastra. One. Now, the next point is, when the words are the means of knowledge, which words? There is a Vakya, Vedanto Nama Upanishad Pramana. Upanishad is a means of knowledge. Upanishad means the body of those words, which reveal the knowledge called Upanishad. In fact, the very knowledge is Upanishad, but it is revealed through some body of the words. Therefore, the book which contains that body of the words, we call it Upanishad in a secondary sense. Like Ityas, history, is a knowledge, but still the body of the words that gives you knowledge of the past, history. Same book or same body of the words are called Ityas in a secondary sense. And we use the word also, give me 9th standard history book. So there is no 9th standard history. There is a history, is history. But only this much quantity of the history is taught because the person is only in 9th standard and his cognitive development, intellectual development is only this. Therefore, we call it 9th standard history. There is no 9th standard history. The literal meaning would be what? 9th standard history means all the students of the previous batches in 9th standard, what did they do? Tell me that. That becomes the 9th standard history, which is not true. So implied meaning is the history book for the student who has passed the 8th, who has cognitive development is still this particular level, and for that boy or a girl I want. So, book is not Upanishad, knowledge is Upanishad. But which knowledge? That body of the words, which is also called as Vedanta. So Vedanta is a means of self-knowledge. Now, one more thing. The means of knowledge definitely gives. You have no choice but to know. It doesn't fail. You don't have an option to not to know when you operate. Like when I open the eyes, I will see the forms and colors. I don't have a choice not to see the forms and colors. Eyes are open, but I don't see. That is not possible. As they say, Gnanam Vastu Tantram Karma Kartam. Karma depends on the doer. You have a choice to do, not to do otherwise. In knowledge, there is no choice as to know, not to know, and to know it otherwise. You have to know as it is. And that is always immediate. Knowledge is immediate. When immediate? When there is a pramana, there is a prameya, object of knowledge, means of knowledge, and the pramata, the knower. The knowledge is immediate and choiceless. Immediately knowledge takes place. Here, people say, Swamiji, I have been listening to Vedanta. The self that I know, want to know is with me. And the means of knowledge is Vedanta. And I am operating it, but how come I don't know? You may know this word Atma Satchidananda, Prakarana Granth, but they are just words. The meaning is not seen clearly for you. When suppose this is a phone, I want to see. So object of knowledge is here. The knower is here. Means of knowledge is there. I will see. How come I don't see? That will never happen. But here happens. Why? Because there is some obstruction. There is something else which I need to address. What is that else? I need to gain certain maturity. I need to grow myself and then approach to it. In a Shastric words, sadhana chatushta sambhakti, necessary qualifications, necessary frame of mind is necessary. Otherwise, you keep listening, it doesn't reveal the words, doesn't reveal to you. And that maturity is certain degree of objectivity. Growth. One may grow old, one may be 80, but you have to gain internal growth, self-growth, in terms of maturity, in terms of being objective. I accept things and situations and people as they are. I have space within myself to accept unpleasant people, unpleasant situation. Even to some extent, some criticism about myself. I have space. People can't take it. And I have some objectivity. This is how it is. I don't need to rub. I don't need to resist every situation which I may think I am not happy with it. I accept this is how it is. That growth is gained by Purushartha, what we talked as Dharma. Artha Kama is universal. But when you follow a life of dharma, and dharma means which teaches you boundaries, maryada. And that means that it makes you human, manava. Who is manava? Who has some maryada, some boundaries in the life. What kind of boundary dharma gives? When you commit to dharma purushartha, you just don't go by your fancies. You just, I don't feel like doing, you just don't. I feel like doing, I just do it. That's a fact. Dharma gives you strength. It's a balam, which is necessary. Kathopanishad says, Nayamatma balahine. One who is not having balam cannot gain up. That doesn't mean you should have 7-pack and 5-pack muscles and all kinds of things. That's not balam we're talking about. Balam of maturity, balam of objectivity, balam of acceptance. A given situation, people, the behavior, that is taught by dharma. When you go by choice, when you use your choice to surrender to dharma, which is kartavya, I told you last time, which is your duty, which is what you are expected to do, whether you like it or not, you enjoy it or not, still I do it, dharma. That lifestyle, commitment to dharma, and with the attitude of offering to Ishvara, takes one to the maturity, self-growth, inner growth takes place. And when that person gains studies, he gains. You see, people have always feeling, I keep hearing this comment, Vedanta knowledge is very difficult. It is worse, very difficult. Simple is bhakti. They say, simple is yoga. All they say, it's simple. Saral marg hai. Vedanta bada jatil marg hai. Vedanta padana jatil hai. See, knowledge is neither simple nor difficult. It is most difficult if you are not ready for it. The fellow whose fundamentals about arithmetic are not clear and start studying studying for special paper of calculus. It is most difficult. Calculus. You cannot handle calculus because you are not ready. But there is another guy who understands the calculus most comfortably. So for every subject in a school or class, we had people who loved us. They enjoyed it, and there were some others who hated it. They just didn't like it because they are not clear fundamentals, not ready for it. Isn't there in that internal readiness to study? So Vedanta is neither difficult nor simple because any knowledge is most difficult and most simple, provided you are ready for it. And if not ready, it is the most difficult. But readiness is gained through life of dharma. And certain sharp corners of the mind or certain lacuna in preparedness is taken care of by Guru Vasa, Guru Seva, Shraddha, etc. Then person studies Vedanta, it reveals. Like a Pratyaksha Pramana, direct means the eyes and ear, it reveals the object immediately. You see it thoroughly. But if it is half-baked, half-ready, then you sometimes see and sometimes miss. And when Guruji talks, you say, this is true. You feel it's so simple. I know, but moment moment you get out, small mobile charger creates a havoc. Mobile case, you say, where is my charger? Why did you take? It's a lack of readiness. But to have some space, maturity. Then knowledge is simple. As I said, there is most difficult. And that things, both the things are talked about in certain texts called as Prakarana Granth. And one of the Prakarana Grantham written by Adi Shankaracharyaji is Vivek Chudamani. We will look into the text with some introduction about what is Prakarana Granth. And we need to study again and again. As Swami Dayanji used to say, when you make gulab jamun, or when you make rasgulla, it doesn't become completely sweet. You have to keep it soaked in a sugar juice. Then every particle of rasgulla will absorb sugar. Every particle. Or gulab jamun. Then it is sweet. Similarly, every facets of our personality should absorb this knowledge. Then I am Ananda. I am Ananda, Swamiji, but that South Indian, but that but comes. I am Ananda over. So, this preparedness is also revealed by such texts for Vivek Chudamani, etc. We'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.